Christ captured. As they reached the olive grove, the sky was very dark and the crickets were chirruping loudly in the grass verges as they followed the path along to the garden. The garden was a peaceful place, full of the sounds of creation, with beautiful trees creating a canopy of leaves through which the stars and moon twinkled. Jesus began to pray. Father, I ask that you will strengthen these weak souls. Bind them together just like you and I are joined. May they courageously tell others about me, that they may too be united with us. Jesus then took his 3 closest friends, Peter, James and John, a little further into the garden. Here he said to them, "Look out and keep watch and keep praying. I'm going over there to pray on my own." It wasn't long before James's eyes began to feel heavy, and the soothing sounds of the garden forced his body to relax. His heavy breathing added another rhythmic noise to the atmosphere, and soon all 3 of Jesus' sentries were snoring gently together. About 20 meters away, Jesus was far from restful. "Father," he cried, "Daddy, Abba, please help me. I'm scared. I know that my time has come. My purpose is going to be fulfilled, and my reason for coming was for this time, but surely there was something we overlooked. There must be another way, an easier way, a less painful way." The fear and anguish began to build. Beads of red liquid began seeping through his skin, forming globules of blood on his brow before they trickled down his face, mixing with the tears he was also shedding. "But, Father, if there really is no other way, then I submit to your will. Although this cup is bitter to taste, I will hold on to it with both hands and drain the vessel of every last drop." He knelt there for a few more moments, while a rush of peace swept over him as he heard the words again, "You are my son, and I am so pleased and proud of you." As he stood up, he arched his back, stretching it out as if to alleviate some of the aches and tension, before walking back to where he had asked his watchman to wait. They were still sleeping soundly, nestled up together, leaning on the trunk of an olive tree. As he took a step closer, he felt a twig snap beneath his feet. An olive twig, the symbol of peace and new life which the dove brought back to Noah, was broken. Now his peace and life were going to be broken, so that real, meaningful and everlasting peace and life may be given to all mankind. Jesus shook John by the shoulder, which suddenly woke him, and also woke his brother and his friend. "I asked you to watch and to pray, but you couldn't even manage to do that for an hour." We're sorry," the men yawned. "We'll stay awake now." "It's too late," Jesus replied. "Look, can you see the soldiers' torches flickering down the path? The time has come." "Jesus, quickly over here. There's still time. We can hide over here and make our escape," James suggested. "No, that's not God's will. I'll go with them and fulfill what I have come for." As he said this, the group, led by a very familiar face, came close to them. The crowd stopped, but Judas and Malchus, the chief priest's head guard, continued forward a few more steps. As previously agreed, Judas greeted Jesus as a friend by kissing him on the cheek, before sheepishly retreating away. "What is this?" Jesus questioned calmly. "Every day I've been in the temple, and you could have taken me back for questioning, but instead you come in secrecy carrying swords, spears and clubs, as if I'm going to turn an army against you. Look, as usual, I'm unarmed." "Well, I'm not," shouted Peter. As he called out, he drew his sword and swung it through the air. It caught Malchus on the ear. With one clean cut it severed the whole outer ear off, which fell to the ground. The sound of its landing was inaudible over the man's scream. Malchus fell to his knees and clutched the side of his face, blood gushing through his fingers. "Peter, put your sword away," Jesus commanded. By the dancing light of the soldiers' flames, Jesus found the ear on the floor. He picked it up, peeled off a couple of blood-soaked dead leaves, and then, whilst holding it in the palm of his right hand, he used his left hand to remove Malchus's hand from his cupped ear, and put the ear back into place, and it was attached where it was attached only a minute ago. After holding it there for a couple of seconds, he let go, leaving the ear securely in its rightful place. After this he walked forward confidently, past where Malchus was still kneeling, past Judas who was still hanging his head in shame, unable to look up, to where the group of soldiers waited. He held out his hands in front of him, allowing them to be bound together. He was dragged away, much more forcibly than was needed, towards the high priest's residence.